This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
A burst pipe at 3 a.m. is a bad way to start the day. A cold shower in November isn't invigorating. So before you start freaking, call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is just one call away 24 hours a day. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle, presenting the roast of Steve Miggs live on stage.
Who's this guy?
He's the Unroastable. That's who he is.
And I'm not leaving. Some people whenever we post these things, they're like, what, Steve leaving the show? I'm like, no, I'm not going anywhere. They just wanted an excuse to make fun of me for a night. So now I'm there.
Yeah, we're not honoring Steve. I mean, this isn't a tribute.
What a weird way to honor somebody. Like, hey, we're saying goodbye to someone, so we're going to clown on him for 2 hours.
Yeah, buddy.
That I would not agree to. I'm only agreeing to this because I still have a job after that.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that's part of the guarantee.
And the whole crew is going to be there participating in the roast, man. Us, the men's room, Ryan Castle, Taryn Daly. Lots of special guest roasters. I'm hearing rumors from former Seahawks. Of course, Craig Gass is going to be there.
Yep.
He's says he's going to recruit some of his rock and roll friends.
Some video messages, I think, are being sent as well. So it's going to be a real fun thing. Glenn Cannon and the Damage Done, they're going to be providing the music, which will be a blast. Maybe I'll convince them to let me get on the drums so I can have some sort of fun at this beatdown of an event.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Oh, man, I'm looking at the tickets. So pretty much all the tables are sold, except for like a couple tables have like one seat available. So if you're looking to jump on a table, meet some new rockaholic friends, that's one way to do it. And then some general admission tickets. There's a few of those for sure left. So get your tickets before it sells out.
Friday, April 15th, Snoqualmie Casino Ballroom. And part of the ticket proceeds going towards Smash Seattle, a great organization providing medical care for our local musicians. Tickets are on sale as we're speaking at KISW.com.
Let's play B-Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, B-Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs. But maybe you could whack him instead.
Whack it.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then.
All right.
Whack it.
Yeah, in a couple months we'll have the roasting, but we got to do the whacking first.
That always comes before a roasting.
Exactly.
Good whacking.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got Jeff in Puyallup. Jeff, are you there?
Hey, buddies.
Hey. Morning, Jeff. All right, Steve, get out of here. Goodbye. For those playing at home, Jeff will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Jeff, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
In 1912, which Asian country gifted Washington, D.C. with 3,000 cherry blossom trees?
Japan.
Yes. President Snow was a main antagonist in which book series?
It's Mockingbird.
No.
Mockingjay.
No.
Damn it, what are those? Pass.
The golden eagle is the official bird of which North American country?
That's United States.
No.
Canada.
No.
What? Alaska. Pass.
No. What year of the early 90s did the movie Pretty Woman come out?
92, 91.
No.
90.
Yes. Which automaker sold a car model named Colt?
Dodge.
Yes. Elvis Presley had the hit song titled Love Me What?
Tender.
Yes. On the cartoon Animaniacs, what is the name of the Warner sister?
Dot.
Yes. What type of number has no factors other than 1 and itself?
I don't know. 5.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. And actually, the 5 is that type of number, but I'm looking for the type, not the actual number.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep. So can't give that one to
we'll see
you.
what happens.
Yeah. We will have to see what happens because Steve, he's back.
Here he is.
I don't know, Steve. Are you ready to whack?
Oh, yes.
You know it.
In 1912, which Asian country gifted Washington, D.C. with 3,000 cherry blossom trees?
I'm going to go with Japan.
Yes. President Snow was a main antagonist in which book series?
Frosty the Snowman?
No.
Harry Potter?
No.
Jack Reacher?
No. The golden eagle is the official bird of which North American country?
America. United States of America?
No.
Canada?
No.
Mexico?
Yes. What year of the early 90s did the movie Pretty Woman come out?
1991?
No.
1990?
Yes. Which automaker sold a car model named Colt?
45?
No.
Dodge?
Yes. Elvis Presley had the hit song titled Love Me What?
Like a peanut butter and banana sandwich?
No.
Tender?
Yes. On the cartoon Animaniacs, what is the name of the Warner sister?
Juanita?
No.
Sally?
No.
Beatrice?
No. What type of number has no factors other than 1 in itself?
10?
No.
11?
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we got another tie. Everyone's whacking everyone today.
Math questions.
Whack it, whack it.
Call me champ.
Yes, champ, you tied.
Nice job, Jeff. At least you kept him from winning. That's all that matters.
Are you the son of Von Jefferson?
Yeah, really.
I didn't lose. It's a win.
Yeah.
Wow. Nobody knew the book series that President Snow was a main antagonist in.
Danny
Hunger
knows.
Games.
It's the Hunger Games, which it was killing Jeff because he got one of the books.
Well, he was getting like the subtitles.
Yeah,
of
Mockingjay,
everything.
and unfortunately, that's not the book series that I was looking for there. Also, he didn't know that he didn't even try to guess what the Golden Eagle was after he missed Canada and the U.S. It's like Mexico, bro, but. Whatever.
Yeah, I was so close to a song. It really was. It was
really close.
Yeah.
He did also know that in the cartoon Animaniacs, the name of the sister is Dot.
And I wouldn't have got that one, so I got to give him credit. I mean, because I would have been like, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't an Animaniacs guy. It was way after my time.
Yeah, I know of the show. I've never watched it.
But they've come back, and they have 2 seasons on Hulu.
Oh, well, maybe Tatum will get into it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it.
Something other than Bluey to watch.
You hope.
Peppa Pig. We just restarted Bluey. We're back on season 1
Restarted?
again. Yeah.
It's like, kid, get some expanded taste or something.
Oh,
You don't
really?
understand children.
No, I
Really?
don't, because I'm just like, come on, watch something else, please.
Wow. Look,
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw stones because of all the shows I rewatch. No, I can't do it. As much as I want to, I can't.
It's such a weird thing, though. Like, I think every child does this. I think any parent who has a kid knows this. It's like, if there's something that they like, they want it over and over and over. It doesn't matter. Like, they want to see they could watch the same episode over. So it's like that with music right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for her,
really?
it's like Super Potato by Peppa Pig. Oh my gosh. It's almost like you just like, you give her $1 million when you start playing that song. And then it'll just be like, potato, potato, potato.
Well,
Super potato time.
Super potato time.
and as they get older, they just expand what they love. So instead of one song, we got to listen to the entire soundtrack of Encanto about 50,000 times. when I was in
At
Massachusetts.
least it's more than just one song.
I mean, yeah, they're all pretty much the same. Though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dude, the other song is Hot Dog by the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. The hot dog, hot diggity dog. Hot dog, hot.
Wow.
Hey, dudes, they might be Giants that wrote the song, though, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. Interesting.
I mean,
they have like children's albums.
that doesn't surprise me either.
It's not a shock that They Might Be Giants went down the children's music road because their music was just ridiculous.
They actually had music videos on Tiny Toon Adventures. That's how I learned about They Might Be Giants. I thought it was a fake band.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Until I was like, no, I guess what? Particle Man is one of my favorite songs.
Particle Man or Build a Little Birdhouse in Your Soul.
Oh, yeah, that's
or
a good
Istanbul,
one, too.
not Constantinople.
Oh, that one's a good one.
There's one question that neither of you guys did get. What type of number has no factors other than 1 in itself? It's Amazon's favorite number.
Yes, prime.
Yes, the prime numbers, yes. Congratulations on your top.
Yeah, he said type, and I it's tough when your brain says, "Oh, he's looking for a number, not a type."
I'm looking for a type.
Oh well, what are you gonna do?
Texture's like, or maybe take your kid outside.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, you never do that.
Because, I know, like 30 minutes of television, first thing in the world for it.
Oh, are you getting TV shamed by a
I have
texter?
no idea. Or they're shaming all of us that are talking about kids watching shows over and over again. Like, we only spent like 2 hours in the freezing cold yesterday, damn it.
Right, we got to take them inside at some point.
It's so fun.
Yeah, I mean, how long can you be outside with your child before and television? Unless you have no TV in your house.
No,
I mean,
there's always someone that wants to just poop on whatever anyone's parade is.
Clearly, we're terrible parents.
That's usually me, but even I.
I know.
Yeah.
We were just bored of watching the fire, so at some point we had to just put the television on.
Yeah. And I wonder how much social interaction they're having then, really. Okay, you're out in the wilderness all along. What are you doing? What's your kid? Your kid talking to people?
One person says, my son's been watching Go Dog Go for 5 months now.
Yeah.
Another person, my son is stuck on the movie Soul Surfer. He thinks the girl in it's pretty, and he's watched it 3 times on Monday.
Oh, see, that was me, but that was when I was like 16 for other reasons.
Yeah, you got to be careful. How old's your son? How old's this kid? Is he maturing a little earlier? Because sometimes you watch things like for Danny's reasons.
Oh yeah, how old is that kid? Soul Surfer's about a young surfer gets her arm bitten off by a shark.
Hey, whatever entertains a child is what entertains a child.
Damn.
And by the way, that's why you never take your kid outside. They could get their arm bit off by a shark.
Yeah, you never know.
Dude, there were a lot of puddles out there yesterday. You never know if there's a shark in one of those puddles.
Oh, you know what? I don't think we should give bad advice like that, taking your kids outside.
I forgot about this movie.
Yeah.
I don't even know this movie.
I remember it, yes.
It's based off the real life surfer who got her arm bitten off. Carrie Underwood's in it. Was it Dennis Quaid?
Don't know this at all.
Yeah.
I mean, Carrie Underwood. So this had to be like after she got Idol famous, right?
2011.
Oh, 2011.
Like soon after, I think.
Don't even know what this movie's. Was this right? Sent to Hallmark? Is this a Hallmark
No,
movie?
this is like a movie.
Oh, there's Helen Hunt. I see her.
75% on the old audience score there.
Is that Helen Hunt? Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that was.
75%.
2 girls that look exactly alike.
Yeah.
Carrie Underwood and the girl that looks like Carrie Underwood that doesn't have an arm.
Why doesn't Carrie Underwood have more acting then if it got or maybe she wasn't the reason it was 75%?
Well, it was audience score.
Yeah, she just didn't have the chops.
Oh, what's the
45%.
Okay, thank you, Danny. You know what? Stop giving me audience score as that's the critic score.
I said audience score.
Whatever. I don't even want to
The
hear
audience score is all that matters.
It really is.
Unless you're a sheep.
Though? Yeah, I mean, sometimes the audience is not the brightest. I just want to say.
Oh, because critics are just so smart.
I never said they were always right either, but sometimes the audience is just like a bunch of Steve Miggses and I don't want them.
I mean, sometimes you read you go to you click on the critics that had the reviews, and it's like most random publications. It's like the New Mexico Gazette or something.
Well, it is a paper. There's a movie critic for every paper. We got one for the Seattle Times.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, who is this person? Is that even their job, or they just do it for funsies, just so they can go to a movie for free? And
Okay. Well, listen, I will let the movie critics for every newspaper answer these questions.
And how do you become a movie critic? Like, there's no test you have to take.
You don't fall asleep in the movie.
Yeah, that's a big
That's
one.
why I'm not a movie critic. I'm a taste maker.
Oh, yeah.
Probably have taken a couple of journalism courses somewhere, maybe in some higher form of schooling, so you know how to write. That's a thing. And then maybe you study film a little bit. Maybe? No? You think it's just
there's no test that makes it so like, oh, you are definitely worthy of being a movie critic. And none of these movie critics are former directors or filmmakers, so it's not like you'd be like, well, they're a former athlete makes a great color commentator for a sport because they know the sport. They've lived it.
I see.
How is this critic done? Watch movies, haven't we all?
Oh, all right.
Don't we all have opinions on movies?
There are some that do get film degrees.
Okay,
What does that matter?
let's not bring that up. Yeah, we don't want to talk about education here. This is beyond an education conversation.
I can tell.
Stupid.
It is time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Whatever you want to talk about, whether you be a professional or an amateur critic, we'll take your calls, we'll take your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino. Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Doesn't matter what you want to say, you got to say it Steve's way.
And that's just to show some energy and bring it, BJ. Otherwise, you shall be gone. We're going to have to say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone said, hey, I was wondering if you guys could give a shout out to my brand new nephew. His name is Dylan, and he was born at 4 this morning. He'll definitely be a future rockaholic listening to Rush and the Dropkick Murphys as well.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dylan, like the pickle.
Dylan, no, it's spelled different. This one's with a Y.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. So how about that? Dylan was close to being a 2 baby.
Yep. If they would have just pushed a little bit harder for a couple hours earlier.
Yeah, I know. See that? They
didn't care. They were just like, you know what? Let our child be born when it's born.
Wow. You know what? I mean, fine. If you want to go against tradition.
Whatever that tradition is, yes.
Whatever that means. Well, happy birthday, Dylan, even though you can't hear us, but much congratulations to the whole family.
So today, thanks for the recommendation on Peacemaker. And Steve, your wife really liking it might have just had something to do with John Cena being naked through half of it. Yeah. Smiling face.
I wonder, I wonder, like, because I'm trying to figure out, what your wife likes, what the limit is. I do the same thing with my wife. Like, there are shows my wife likes, and I'm like, how do you like this show? This is so like everything you don't like about a show. It's so hard to know what the line is.
Well, she's more of a Randy Orton than a John Cena kind of guy.
So it's not naked Randy Orton's her thing.
That would have, we even talked about it yesterday. I'm excited to watch some more episodes. We watched another episode and a half last night because, the Kraken were just sucking so bad. Yeah, I was just like, you know what? Let's go back to Peacemaker. So I think she likes it today because it means that we don't watch the Kraken. So that's one bonus. And B, she says, though, that she's like, if it gets any more violent, that she's on the edge. She likes the show, but it's for some reason, like, it's an interesting thing. She's like, I could watch like a Denzel Washington film where someone gets shot, doesn't bother her at all. It's like the gratuitous comedic blood where it's like, it's so over the top, it's laughable for some, but for her, she just thinks it's gross.
Okay, so we're getting more of a picture. But it's still it's good to know that Peacemaker is like close. Like now I can understand, like, if it's like behind the Peacemaker line when it comes to those parameters, I might be able to understand her a little bit more.
Oh, dude, though there are moments during the show where I have to look over and like, oh, she's not looking right now. She's like either playing on her phone or something. Like, I'm not even going to tell her to look up because it was like the butterfly episode towards the end where there's like, and it was just like, oh, man, okay, cool, she's not watching this part. I'm not going to react to it. I'm going to act like that part didn't. And then she'll pop up and go, what happened? I'm like, oh, it's some crazy stuff. I won't get too descriptive of how gory it was.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things where I'm like, keep looking down. But, man, that show is so great. You guys were so right.
Yeah, man, it is. It's really something, man. And I don't exactly know where you are because my brain forgets what episode is what, so I don't want to spoil anything. But there's just so much fun coming. There really is.
We just met the little judo guy.
Judo Master's
yeah,
fantastic
with the flaming hot Cheetos. That was the greatest scene ever.
Yeah,
it's like I couldn't stop laughing at that scene. It was so awesome.
Yeah, if it's on HBO Max, and we're obviously just going crazy for it. I feel like, man, our show, I just feel like this is the one home run out of everything we've ever recommended. I feel like everybody except Danny, because I don't think Danny's watching it, but everybody but Danny loves the show.
If it was Leonardo DiCaprio,
and Danny's not even paying attention to us talking about how much we love the show.
He's not going to watch it.
Not at all. No.
Even Sarah watches the show. We talked about it once, and she loves it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I think Joey Dees is watching it too. I think. If not, he should be getting on
all of us. We're on, except for Danny.
So, Danny, do you have HBO Max?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't even give it a shot just to see
alone. The what?
You should watch it just for the dance scene alone.
Okay.
The opening credits.
I'll watch the dance scene. Maybe.
Wow. So there's. I feel like, Danny, at least one shot. See if maybe, it might be something that gives you a smile.
Squeeze one in between American Pie 1 and American Pie 2.
Yeah, I think you can do it. It's just like American Pie with guns.
That's the funniest part about all this. It's not like as if Danny's got like this, just his queue of shows that he watches is so long, like you, BJ, where you're like, I don't know if I can fit something in. In order for him to fit it in, he has to stop watching Twilight or American Pie or Titanic. My bad.
Thank you, Steve.
Or a Harry Potter film.
Many Harry Potter films. No, I just don't like new shows. Most of them are just
I just don't like new shows, which is very interesting for a person who's relatively young.
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, I did. The only new thing that I've watched is the Pam and Tommy thing, is because I wanted to see the
Tommy's Dong.
The Tommy's Dong.
And have you watched much beyond that?
No, what do you mean?
No, he just keeps it on pause.
Really?
He just keeps
loop it. I see what you're saying.
It drives me. It's like because that show is good and it gets better and better with each episode. That's on Hulu, by the way.
I've watched all of those episodes.
Oh, okay, because it's so good. And of course I'm in the middle of the Righteous Gemstones, which is an epic season. I think it's better than season 1. And I don't know if you've been following along with that, Steve, and that's a HBO show about a religious family.
We watched the first season and loved it, and I heard that there's a wrestling reference or relate to the new season.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm like, man, Steve, you got to watch this because you're going to find out some stuff that make you smile.
Oh, it's so
I
funny.
don't want to spoil it.
I always feel like certain pastors would make great wrestlers, not maybe because of their the way they look, but just the way that they talk, because they're so great on the microphone.
Yes.
Like there's like a certain pastor we saw, and my wife was like, that guy was such a great speaker. I'm like, man, he would be an awesome wrestler. And my wife's like, of all the things you took out of that, that was your big takeaway from this sermon. I'm like, yeah, he had me on the edge of my seat. Like, man, he could sell some tickets, brother. Like he'd fill that room. And she's just like, that's such an odd thing to look for in a pastor. I'm like, what do you want from me? I think that's.
What do you want to say? I want to help the guy out to really, to his true calling.
Everything goes. I was like, have you ever thought about becoming a wrestling manager, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I know you're trying to help out people by, really giving them salvation, but really, I think your true calling is to get slammed around in the ring.
A lot of people are asking what the show is that we were talking about. It's called Peacemaker. The one that we were just raving
on
about.
HBO Max.
I've got a text message from somebody that just said, hey, I appreciate you guys playing some Screaming Trees earlier this morning in honor of Mark Lanigan. I was wondering if you guys could play some more at some point this morning. It would mean a lot for all of us to hear that. Thanks for everything you guys do. You make my morning a great one, which we'll do in a couple minutes. Another Screaming Trees song, another great song called All That I Know, which is a awesome Screaming Trees song. But I saw Barrett Martin, who used to play drums with Screaming Trees. They had a couple different drummers, but Barrett's a great guy. He's been on The Rock a bunch of times. He's done stuff with Duff McKagan. And he shared a great post on his Instagram just talking about Mark and his voice and said, Mark had a voice for the ages, truly one of the great American vocalists of our time. Critics often claim that his voice came from whiskey drinking, but Mark sang like that when he was young and sober. An ancient voice transplanted inside of a young man's body. By the way, we never saw Mark touch a drop of whiskey. Gin and tonic was his preferred drink, and a lot of cigarettes. And then shared some stories about how the band never really got along and they became better friends when they broke up. And just how he was just a different, complex individual. But, man, some of the stories you're hearing about Mark, like, I did not know that Duff McKagan apparently helped him get sober at one point. Courtney Love also helped pay for, rehab for him. He was so well loved by the local music scene, which makes sense for why there's so many people who've been connected to the music scene, from photographers to radio personalities like Kathy Faulkner and other people that were around and knew Mark are so gutted by his passing because it seemed like he touched people in so many different ways.
Yeah, it is.
And he passed away yesterday.
It was really tough.
Don't know.
Yeah. Passed away at the age of 57 yesterday. And it is Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK, text us at 77999. We got more of your calls and more of your texts at 933. And like Steve mentioned, the texter mentioned, we did lose Mark Lanigan yesterday, 57 years old. Obviously, our thoughts go out to all of his friends and family. And here's the Screaming Trees, All That I Know, on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
The best defense is a good offense. So before the sewer backs up into your home and wreaks havoc, stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is there for you when you need them most. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone just texted in talking about the most dangerous things that they've done in their past. And someone said, hey, most dangerous thing I've ever done besides becoming a high-rise window cleaner? Going into a Slipknot mosh pit after turning 50. I'm the way high window guy.
Wow. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I almost died after going in after 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I guess, you've got to be a special kind of person to want to do that at that age. So good job. But then again, you're the way high window guy. Makes sense. Because I could never do that job ever.
What would you rather do? Go into a Slipknot mosh pit or do a day of washing a window?
Ooh. I got to do a whole day?
An hour. Let's just say you have to be
all right, I'll do the hour washing the window.
Even if
I don't want to get hurt. I mean, even Danny just got hurt. Whereas if something bad happens to me washing windows, I'm going to get more than hurt. So I won't have to worry about it because I'll be gone.
That's a good point. Yeah, so you'd be okay with being on some of them are on a scaffold. Others are just hanging off of a window, 60 stories high. Yeah, I think I'd rather be in the Slipknot. Then again, I have no problem with being in a mosh pit. I prefer not to now because they definitely hurt more now as I've gotten older. But
yeah, they do.
I would take a mosh pit over washing a window any day of the week, even if it was only 15 stories high.
See, the question is how long do you have to be in the mosh pit for?
One song.
One song? I do the Slipknot mosh pit.
Yeah. Well, you do mosh pits anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a
but he does
BJ, would you rather go and eat at a
friendly
restaurant
mosh pits for like Fall Out Boy or Sum 41?
Oh really? So he's in lame mosh pits.
I'm mosh pit gatekeeping. I'm kidding.
All right, fine. Yeah, I watched and I forget what it was, Breaking Bobby Bones or something like that. It's on the Disney Plus channel, and he had to clean all the windows of a see-through bridge for the Grand Canyon. Mm-hmm. And I was watching that. I get that he's doing it for a show, and that was the first episode they had him do. And I thought I would have quit the show. It was so terrifying watching what Bobby Bones was doing. It was a fellow radio guy that we know, and and he's been on American Idol and stuff too, so you may know him from there. But I was terrified watching him on this show.
Are they literally trying to break Bobby's bones? Is that the whole premise of the show? Is he going to be in situations where he can break a bone?
He's doing jobs, cool jobs that maybe you don't know that people do, and then he's doing some cool stuff for the people afterwards. It's like he's not an undercover boss, but he's like, I'm going to do your crazy job, then give you some cool stuff.
It's like a mixture of dirty jobs and an undercover boss.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, and I was like, man, Bobby, I've had some conversations over the years with Bobby. I didn't know we shared this massive fear of heights like this, and I'm like, I don't think I could have done it. I mean, I take my hat off to him that he did.
There was one time in Albuquerque where they tried to get me to do propelling off the side of one of the skyscrapers in Albuquerque. It was 40-story building.
Is that local car wash that's 2 stories high?
Yeah, it wasn't that big, but it still is one of those I didn't want to do it. It was so scary to me to think that you're just going to jump over the side of a building.
Good. I mean, I don't care. Right. If it's 4 stories high, that's enough for me.
I've seen ropes break.
Yeah.
I don't trust
it. Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah. Oh, that's why I don't want to do a bungee. I just feel like it would there was something would definitely go wrong.
So breaking Bobby Bones could also eventually parlay into an adult film career with that name.
Yes, he could.
He doesn't need to change it.
Oh no, not at all.
Spell with an I.
Yeah.
That way, at least people won't be able to figure out it's him.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he always wears, and he has glasses, so he can take his glasses off, and it'll be like a Superman thing. They won't know who he is. Yeah.
Oh man, this is a bummer news. Someone just sent us a text. Did you hear about the amazing Jonathan? Apparently, he passed away. I just looked online. He's been battling stuff for years. There was a whole documentary about him doing his final tour because he knew that his life was.
Okay.
I guess he's been battling heart issues, and he died of a congestive heart disease or failure or whatever. Yeah, congestive heart failure. Yeah, you're right. And so, he just passed away sadly.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I guess it wasn't a big surprise, but still, it's
still sad.
Yeah,
were you an Amazing Jonathan fan?
No. I mean, I'm not saying I hated the guy, but I don't. Yeah,
shoot it down.
Well, no, I don't know much about him. That's why.
He was a comic magician. I figured that's like right up your alley.
Yeah, don't know much about the Amazing Jonathan. Yeah, I've heard the name, but I couldn't tell you much about him. That's so.
He was kind of like he reminded me a lot of kind of like the Penn and Teller style, like where he was incorporating humor, and it wasn't just him. He was more of a comic that could do magic tricks.
Yeah, he wasn't local, was he? He's just a guy?
No, he was like
okay. Yeah, then he's the guy I'm thinking of,
Detroit,
but I never really
Chicago?
Detroit, yeah.
Yeah, I never really followed him a whole lot. I mean, but he was good.
Headband.
But I really didn't follow him a whole lot.
See, I thought for sure you would be a fan.
You'd think it just must have
checks all the boxes. He wears
must have
headbands,
escaped me.
Magic and comedy.
I'm a Carrot Top guy either. I love magic and I love comedy, but somehow mixed together sometimes I'm like, But then again, Penn and Teller, maybe they just set the bar too high for me too, because I really love those guys.
You loved Carrot Top. Carrot Top was not a magician. He was a prop comic.
Yeah, he's a prop comic. There's a difference.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. That's sad though. Amazing Jonathan. Super talented comic. All right, somebody texted in. They wanted hope that we could play that penis song again, which I think is pretty awesome. They said, guys, don't you think that should be Serge Tankian singing with System of a Down on the Frozen Penis song?
Wow.
Those are the vibes that I get. Another person texted in and said, guys, you said every 2 hours you're going to play the Frozen Penis song. You have yet to play it again. So hopefully we can do that now. Do we still have this song?
Yeah, we still
So this is all stemming from that skier. Where was he from? Oh man, he was.
Oh, from like Finland.
Yes.
Yeah, Finland. He got his wee-wee frozen.
His name was it still is Remy Lindholm. He's still with us, thankfully. But I guess it got so cold that his unit froze, and they had to use some hand warmers to warm it back up. And some guy on YouTube by the name of Andy put together the great. Stick with it to the end, because at first you're like, okay, this is kind of like a half-assed Tenacious D song, but as it goes on, it gets more and more awesome. And the song appropriately titled "Frozen Penis."
On a cross-country race of a lifetime, chilling temperatures and freezing winds started taking their toll on me. Wearing only a thin ski suit, I didn't realize till it was too late. The pain down where I pee. It's frozen, my penis.
Yeah.
It's frozen, my penis. It's frozen, my penis. It's frozen, my penis. The penis screams. I'm so cold. I'm stiff, but not in the right way.
It's the greatest line ever.
It could literally go either way. It could go like super metal or like super like Mexico City like Spanish guitar songs.
Oh,
like,
what those guitars called? Like the flamenco guitar?
Yeah.
Flamenco.
That too.
Flamenco guitars are
No, it's a guitar where you wear all pink and you stand on one leg.
Yes.
The flamenco guitar. Come on,
Flamenco.
Jeez,
My bad.
so ignorant.
I know.
I could totally hear Serge Tankian singing on that.
Oh, absolutely.
The penis. The penis. It's frozen.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, get Serge Tankian on that now.
Like, just take my money.
Hi, I'm back.
Yeah, no one knew you were gone.
Oh, hi, I'm not gone. I'm right here.
Wow.
Welcome back, BJ.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks very much. We got all right. We're doing what we're doing. Okay, what are we doing?
Listeners on the Loose, where we pick topics and guide shows, BJ.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. All right, there you go.
All right, somebody wanted to know a very important question. Why does the Rev now say it's time for Beat Migs rather than it's time to beat Migs?
Oh.
Well, good call.
Did you change it and we didn't even realize it? Or do you even know that you changed it?
None of you guys realized it.
So this is an intentional thing that you just...
No. So
we haven't run that by our consultants, Rev.
We went on break for the holidays, and when we came back, I couldn't remember if I said 2 or 4. And then so I was just like, well, I'll just say 4 because 2, it just sounds like we're smacking you around.
Yeah.
So I was like, 4, the game beat Migs. So that's why I changed it, was because I couldn't really remember, and it just kind of sounded right. So I was like, this must be the way I've done it all along.
You didn't feel like you could go back to the archives and maybe listen to it?
It was kind of on the fly there, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, I get for the first day, but like you just decided to keep it the old way?
Because then I liked it because it made more sense, like I just explained.
All right,
See,
well, there you go.
But I think that
I love that you changed it. None of us even picked up on it.
No, none
until
of
the
you
texter.
did. So I thought I was just doing it right. But I guess anyways, right.
Yeah, whatever you make it is right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal because I didn't notice it, but obviously a listener did.
Yeah, somebody did.
Yeah, I mean, a listener noticed it, so I guess it was a thing. I mean, then Rev knows he did it too, I guess. Or maybe no, you really didn't know you did it so this is the first time hearing that you did it wrong.
I wasn't 100% sure, but again, like nobody called it out. And I'm like, well, I mean, it still works. And whichever way, I guess it'll be okay.
See, I have a problem with it because we really do beat Miggs every time he walks out of the room. Me and Vicky throw things at him. And, so at that point, what are you doing, Rev?
Yeah, I mean, Brian Castle's outside and kicks me in the Jimmy every time I leave this room.
So really,
that's why we have you leave.
Yeah. The spirit of really should be the other way around.
That's why I shouldn't have been shocked that he decided to put together this roast of Steve Miggs. I'm like, Ryan has been very abusive. Ryan, dude, I have a problem with Ryan. He's
Oh,
last
wow.
night.
What's going on?
So Ryan went to the Eddie Vedder concert, which is awesome. And in fact, a couple people texted in. We have to definitely give a little love to Eddie Vedder and his performance at Benaroya Hall. But while he was at dinner last night, he knows that I love sushi. And he knows that I love Japonessa, which is that sushi restaurant down in, there's one in Bellevue, and I think there's also one in Seattle.
Oh, I don't know about this sushi place.
So he went there and just sent me a picture of the sushi he's eating.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I wrote it back, I'm like, you're a damn tease.
Yeah.
Like, why do you do that to me?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
He's
I should,
already
you know what?
starting
If you're ever on Mercer Island, Steve, maybe I should take you to our sushi joint because I mean I don't know sushi well enough to know like good sushi from bad. You know me, I'll eat any kind of sushi.
I'm not a sushi snob. Don't forget, one of my favorite rolls comes from QFC in the sushi. It's the Louisiana roll, and Danny had it and he agreed. It's amazing. It's got crawfish in it. Rev, you won't like it because it's crawfish.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Well, one of my buddies who actually is a bit of a food connoisseur likes the place we have on Mercer Island, Sushi Joa, which of course Kathy and I changed to Sushi Joji for our son, of course. So we always say, let's go to Sushi Joji.
My favorite sushi place is in Old Bellevue, and it's called Ginza.
Oh. Where's that? Oh, so it's on Main Street? In
whatever
that
main
area?
Yeah, whatever that main strip is. It's like right there by there's like a furniture store. There's
they got a lot of great
food
places.
Place or something.
Yeah, there's a cool restaurant that we're going to go to called the Dough Zone that's on Main Street in Old Bellevue.
Oh, and the Dough Zone's also, isn't that the dumpling place?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went, Ryan and I went to the one in the International District.
Looking forward to go to the Dough Zone.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, they got a lot of great restaurants in Old Bellevue. You're right, man.
Oh, but Ginza's the best. I love the sushi there. Get the American Dream. That's the one. It makes me think of Dusty Rhodes.
All right, thank you for saying something because I've seen Gimza and I wasn't sure if that's a place. Now I know it's a place to go.
They also have this thing. It's like in like a pumpkin or a squash, whatever the hell that thing is. It looks like a pumpkin. I don't know, but it's got a bunch of rice.
Gimza?
Yeah, it's got like it's like an appetizer or a meal, and it's got like all this rice inside of it. But it comes in like a giant vegetable.
Oh wow!
I don't know how else to describe it. I'm not doing a good job. But
is it good?
I have no idea. I don't ever get it. But it always looks really delicious. But whenever I go there, I'm already hell bent on the few things that I like there.
Yeah.
And I don't go very often, so when we do go, I want to get the things that I like. Yeah.
Oh, now I want to just go to Bellevue.
So good.
Yeah.
All right.
It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Somebody said, hey, yesterday you guys were talking about parents embarrassing their kids. My mom wrote an email to my commander in the military and said that my daughter cannot go to Iraq because she is not feeling well today.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
But just today, right?
Just today. Tomorrow she could go to Iraq.
I feel like that's what my mom would do if she was placed in that situation.
It's probably a good thing you're not in the military.
Yeah.
For many reasons. But that being one of them.
Yeah, I don't know if that's amazing to me because my generation, you just go, once they're in the military, you really have no say over anything and you just hope they come back okay.
Oh, you get the letter from mom. It's all right. Dude, I don't know if you could find it, Rev. Danny showed it to me. Speaking of which, did you see the video that's spreading online? It's blowing up on Twitter and all social media of a guy that's a news reporter and his mom pulls up behind him while he's doing an on the field report.
No, I haven't seen this.
And says hi. It's the funniest thing. So like she's just driving in the car and like honks the horn or something along those lines and distracts him. I don't know if he was live or they were just taping a spot and then they shared the video of it, but it's hilarious.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh,
it's
yeah.
so great, dude. It's so funny. And then all these news reporters are now going online sharing their stories. They're like, dude, when I used to do field reports when I was younger, my dad would just drive in circles to watch me do it. And, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty adorable.
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? That's a fun dad thing to do.
Yeah, I found it.
All right, here, check it out, BJ. It's pretty funny.
Oh, Mom, hold on. I'm trying to work right now. You over there calling my phone. This is D'Angelo. You can say hi. And don't be holding up traffic because you got cars behind you.
Fantastic.
Hi, D'Angelo.
Hi, baby. So awesome. That is great. I really hope that aired. I really hope
it's been all over the internet, so if it didn't air, they definitely put it out there for people to see.
Yeah,
See, that's good stuff. I mean, you know what? That's a proud mama right there.
Oh, someone tell me what the Ginza vegetable rice thing is. It's a pumpkin fried rice served in a kombucha pumpkin.
Oh, pumpkin fried rice. Wow. It looks insane.
Dude, it's everyone gets it except for me there.
Wow. And it's overflowing, and they put the top of the pumpkin on top of it after they cut it off and obviously hollowed out the pumpkin.
Needs to be an orange pumpkin though.
Whoa.
Maybe during Halloween they make it orange. I don't know.
I'm going to put that out there.
Well, Danny, this is all about presentation. Maybe the green is a really good contrast, you know? I mean, come on, Danny.
Or it's just a better tasting vegetable for it.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. The green pumpkin might be better.
I mean, I think that they probably worried more about the flavor than the overall look. I mean, it has to look cool, but it still has to taste good.
I'm just saying, you throw anything in an orange pumpkin for me, I'm buying it.
Oh, I see. It's got all right. So we'll go get the Danny special.
Well, they have it's called like an orange roll or something like that. It's like all salmon. I always get that one.
That sounds good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Ginza in Old Bellevue.
Ginza with an N, not an M.
Oh, Ginza.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And I do believe it's got to be Main Street because that's what Old Bellevue is, just that strip of what the old downtown used to be before Bellevue Square came and took over the world down in Bellevue.
Maybe it's a cross street of Main and 102nd because it's on 102nd.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on 102nd?
It's right off of Main Street.
It's got to be in that. Yeah. So it's got to be in that area.
Yeah. It's like a block off of Main Street.
102nd is exactly. Yeah. I mean, you're in the heart of Bellevue. You know where you are. If you're in Bellevue. If you don't know where you are, then you'll find out. Thank you, Google.
So it says Araya's in Old Bellevue is also really good. It's amazing Thai despite being strictly vegan. Ooh.
Araya is amazing. Yes, they moved, if I'm not mistaken. They used to be in one location, and yes, that was one of Sarah's favorite joints that we Araya.
Oh,
really
check
good.
That out with the wifeski. But if we're around there, we're going to go to Ginza. See, these are the problems. We just got to move to Old Bellevue.
Oh, dude, yeah,
then I'll finally get that pumpkin rice.
Because you guys were DTF in Bellevue.
DTF anytime.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't fungers, you. But yes, I forgot about the vegan situation. I think, you really have to make a move to Araya, Steve, especially like they said. And it is all vegan, and it is so good. So, all right. Well, sorry, buddy. You got some choices.
Well, it looks like there's also one in the University Way area. So there's two of them.
Araya's? Mm-hmm. All right, Steve, make your pick.
All right. Well, do I need to make that pick now?
Yes, right now. Show until you make a pick. Also, pick a date. We have to make the reservation now. They're pretty busy. Yeah. Well, we got a new survey that figured out how many socks the average person will lose in a lifetime. What do you think that number is? I'm going to tell you. At 9:53 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A lot of you may not be old enough or to know about this, but it seems like Jerry Seinfeld really had a point about where do those socks go. Just got a comedy bit because it turns out the average person will lose 756 socks in their lifetime.
You have a dog, for sure, or a child now. They just end up in the weirdest places.
Oh, okay. Dog and child, they'll just take your socks. You're blaming them.
I found one of my socks in like the little toy kitchen. It has like a little compartment, and I opened it up to see if anything was in there, and it was one of my socks.
Wow. No wonder she's mad at you. I guess she realized you took your sock back.
She's like, Dad, I'm cooking your sock.
Come on,
not done yet.
All right. How about on average, we will do 13,000 loads of laundry in our lifetime.
Sometimes I feel like that's in a week.
Right? Yeah. Yep. And we'll ruin 95 pieces of clothing on average. Well, hey, how about that? Nice to know that we really,
I've shrunk quite a few things that I shouldn't have dried.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know how to
join us at the Roast of Steve Miggs on April 15th. Get tickets at KSW.com.
Yeah.
Where I'll roast my small things.
Okay. Wow. Ryan Castle, he's got a 12-pack of small things. I don't know, something. That's coming up next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
Matthew is a biology major at Worcester State University.
Isn't that Worcester? BJ just gave me this look like
I know.
He had this look
Wow,
like,
it's a look of death right there.
you son of a bitch, don't mess with me with Worcester.
Well, that's what people say. There's a lot of those words like Gloucester sounds like Gloucester if you were to try to pronounce it. Danny, you got to get all those right because you go to Massachusetts a lot, so make sure you get all those right, buddy.
Or just pretend to be Elmer Fudd singing an Alice in Chains song and be like, where's the Worcester?
BJ and Migs mornings on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.